So hello and welcome back to here now, my vihara in Bentota, Sri Lanka, a place where I'm very happy and content to be. And I just looked up a word to see its etymology, convalescence. It comes from the Latin con, bringing together, valescence, to be strong, or be well, be strong. So these are words we use in some of our Pali language Buddhist blessings, that may you be well, may you be happy, may you be strong. And convalescence in the English is a word we use for people recovering. Now, usually from some serious illness, and you may have a period of time off work. So you may know or may not know, I've been away a little while, not long, but from this platform at least. Not just because it has been weekend, but I went for some fairly routine repair work, surgery, at a hospital in a nearby city, about 40-50 minutes drive from here, not too far. Thank you very much for your very kind words of support and for your care and encouragement. It's very much appreciated. I haven't had a great deal of, I've had plenty of time, I'll be honest. I haven't had a great deal of inclination to reply to all of your emails and comments yet, but I certainly will be doing so during the next 24 hours or so, as I have this convalescence and regain my strength, the body heals, and I get back to my normal routine of Pindapat, which would normally be at this time, instead of which I'm sitting here with Balala, who has just returned, me not being here for a day or so, a couple of days. I think she found elsewhere to take shelter. So she's now come back this morning. I'm very happy about that. And she's looking after me, as you can see. But I'm waiting for some lay people that will be bringing some good friends, Kalyanamita here, some food for me by way of dana this morning, rather than me having to go on Pindapat, at least for the next few days anyway. I'm hoping after I went to the hospital yesterday afternoon for my final checks. Well, no, not final checks, for a checkup, and then on Tuesday evening for another checkup. That'll be 4 days, and then I think by Wednesday morning I should be almost back to normal, but taking it a little bit more easy. This puts Charaka, walking around Sri Lanka, certainly on the back burner for the next at least 4 to 6 weeks. But that's already happened due to rain and the very fact that this is such a wonderful community that I have landed in here in Bentota with much support, and they are very appreciative of me being here also. So we have a wonderful two-way, interrelational, interdependent friendship that is building here amongst the local people of all kinds, who still go to their usual temples and places of worship, but appreciate the opportunity to come here and speak to me in this less formal, more relaxed, one-to-one environment, and me, of course, going to them, to their houses, each and every day, morning, with my, you can't see it maybe there, my big bowl, to collect my daily nutrition, my one meal a day, my food. And they are very kind in their support and offering me, anything I need by way of medicines and help at the moment. with this little short recovery. So this repair work went well, as far as I know, and as I say, I'll see the consultant surgeon, I think, again, if not on Tuesday evening, when I go again on Friday evening, which will be after 7 days. I must admit, I'm completely mixed up with my days. I thought I was going for the surgery on a Thursday, when it turned out to be on a Friday, when it turned out to be on a Thursday. So only by pure luck and chance did I even make it there, because my phone calendar, which I don't use, I don't use any calendar really, other than the sun and the moon for my moon for my calendar, and the sun for my clock is enough usually. But appointments and things like that, I'm not normally too fussed about. My routine is such that people can come and go and visit me. They know where I'll be and when I'm doing what, so I don't need to have a diary. But of course, when you have to have outside world appointments at hospitals to be kept and met, it's important we do this. So I did put an appointment in my diary that I'd forgotten all about for this operation, this surgery, and it was only by chance I must have tapped a wrong button that the calendars came up, and I noticed, it's my sister-in-law's birthday. I must send her a message, which I tried to do, to keep in touch with the people at home, family at home, and say happy birthday. And then I noticed, hospital. Yes, that's tomorrow. And this was on the Wednesday, when I was thinking it's 2 days ahead. Now, we have to fast for a certain amount of time before we go for this surgery. Everybody does that. Fortunately, this was okay, because I'm fasting every day anyway from noon. So this wasn't a problem. And as it turned out, the appointment being in the afternoon, it wasn't a panic. I had plenty of time, nothing to pack, nothing to change here, just to have a good clean around and make it so as if I wasn't to be returning, as monks always do. They leave their accommodation as if they're never to return. We take all of our requisites, our 8 requisites, our 3 robes, our bowl, belt, needle and cotton, water filter and razor. These are the only 4 things we own. And we take our other bits and bobs that we have acquired and borrowed along the way. So in my case, visas, passports, this phone, and anything necessary for living in the modern world. But not my Balala cat. She had to stay and fend for herself, and she's done very well, although I didn't see her for a good 24 hours since I've been back. But now she's here, I'm happy to say. Of course, I haven't been able to do the morning chanting, not just because I haven't been here, but I've been taking the opportunity to really rest in the morning a little longer, even if I'm not asleep, practicing some just laying down meditation before jumping up and doing anything. Just really allowing the healing process to take place and take effect adequately and quickly as possible, so that I can get back to my ordinary routine. In case you're wondering, if indeed she is pregnant at all, she hasn't had kittens yet. This is the cat I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure she is and is due, but I could be wrong. This could be a fat belly full of frogs. She likes frogs and lizards. This is her staple diet, isn't it, Balala? And as you might think, that's sad and cruel. She should be vegetarian, but unfortunately, we're born into the animal realm. Animals require meat to eat. I think dogs can be made vegetarian, but I understand that poor little cats like this need, for various reasons, to consume very often live things, isn't it, Balala? But I suppose this at least cuts the process short, these poor creatures, but they are gone in a flash. Something I've sadly been witness of, haven't I, Balala? But I have infinite compassion for her, that she needs food, she needs to eat. I don't feed her anything, except for the odd yogurt that may come along, because I don't eat yogurt, and she seems to enjoy those. Only if she eats them out of the plastic dish. If you put them into her little metal dish. Not so keen, are you? She likes to attack the dish. Her food requires a certain amount of instinctual attacking. And this is, of course, what we all have instinctually. Where's it gone, the micro? Within us. These instinctual desires. And it is desire, of course, that we're working on in this practice. Now, my desire, my opportunity, in fact, whilst in hospital, was that I was able to grasp, and this is particularly the reason I made a point of not even looking at my phone. Once I discovered this appointment coming up, it was important. I thought, now that's it. You leave this alone for a few days and use this time to practice. We don't often get the opportunity to watch as our bodies become sick and uncomfortable. Normally this happens without our knowing. But when you go for this kind of repair surgery, you're okay beforehand. So often we go for surgery because you're sick, and you go for surgery, it repairs you. Sometimes with repair work of this nature, you need the work done, otherwise you would be very sick, but the actual sickness comes afterwards. It's the recovery from the invasive operation. So I thought this was a wonderful opportunity to take that time to see how my mind reacts to this, discomfort, pain, and this invasion of one's, what you consider to be yourself, your body, this you, I, me making, my making. Ahankara mamankara is the Pali term. I love this word along with sampapalapa. I'm very good at sampapalapa, talking a lot of nonsense. This is what I'm doing now. Ahankara mamankara, we're all very good at. Me making, my making. This creation of self. And one thing that I experienced which was very interesting was, rather than being put to sleep, anesthetic, general anesthetic, I had the choice. In hindsight, I would probably make a different choice next time. But please, this is by no means any recommendation or advice. Well, I did what I did, didn't I, Balala? What's the matter? I took the option to have what I think we refer to in my country as an epidural, but a spinal anesthetic. So you're just literally paralyzed from the waist down, because the operation was below my navel, in my tummy muscles. So you could be awake, fully alert, aware. Now, I couldn't watch, I couldn't see. I didn't ask either if I could. I think it's fair to say that the nurses, the doctors, the staff, it would not be fair on them for you to be watching. It maybe put them, looking at the bruising, I think they have to be quite rough, not in an unkind way, but it's a practical job of mechanics. These bodies of ours are just like motor cars, as I described and was talking about with the VW Beetle in this previous video, which is what got me onto thinking about it. And if you're very fully aware of the rummaging around and the cutting and opening into your body during this process, as any ladies who have had a caesarean section birth will be familiar with, because this is exactly the same kind of procedure I was having, where they open your, not perhaps quite so big, but opening up these muscles, same abdominal muscles, to have a rummage around, a poke about, pull things out, put some meshy repair job around. In fact, what was an old repair job I'd had done 14 years ago that had gone past its sell date by date. It had come with a guarantee of about 10 years. Not so much a guarantee, but an assurance that it would last, a good 10 years. And of course you think at that time, 10 years ago, well, that's forever. Don't need to worry about that ever again. I'll be long dead. But of course, 14 years, 15 years has gone by, and I could tell that this problem was reoccurring. I was aware of what it was because of the previous experience, of course. Otherwise, it would have taken a long time to have got, or much longer to have got to this stage. Perhaps until it did become painful, it did become difficult, and perhaps a little more dangerous. So, apologies to be talking about my medical conditions. This is not the nature of what I'm trying to talk about, but I'm getting on to what I consider to be Dharma in terms of nature, truth, reality, and that is when you're paralyzed from this waist down and able to some extent see what is going on with the surgery and have no feeling at all, it is quite a remarkable experience to be observed. You can feel, you are aware of this goings on. Please excuse me for one moment, because here comes my first delivery of hopefully cola candor or something nice like that. Excuse me. Oh, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Gamini. Oh, Balala's excited. She's okay, she'll leave it. She's okay. You come here. Sorry, hang on, hold on, I'll put it on there. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Oh, from the lady. Please can you offer this again? Yeah, if you could please offer it, because I didn't. Oh, this and yeah, it's okay. You don't need to explain anything. It's just that it needs to be offered. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you Kapia and Bhante, that'll yes, break. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
This lady.
Oh yes, good. Oh, lovely. See, it's wonderful, isn't it? Every day this lady is making this. Very wonderful.
This other.
The other place, yes.
Cafe.
Dakuna Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cafe lady say this eating,
Yes, vegetables.
Vegetable.
Yeah, she tells me, because sometimes they're not, but she makes a point of giving me these, so that's very good.
Yeah.
That's excellent. No, it's okay. Just if you put it in my hand, then it's a case of it being offered, yeah? And this one? Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Please, can I have that? I'm just going to pop the lid on there for now, because I'll finish talking to this thing. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Okay, are you okay?
Yeah. Today know this lady.
Pardon?
I go this. Lady know today.
Oh, it's Sunday.
I go new place.
I understand. Yes, Sundays she's not there.
Nah.
Usually. So.
Sadhu, now I'll go.
Yes.
Drinking.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Coca-Cola.
No. Either ginger beer or Mountain Dew, please.
Ginger beer.
Or Mountain Dew. No, there's no that. Ginger beer. Fine. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you. So, Balala, you've moved the phone a little bit. So this was. You coming over here, Balala? Because we can eat now. So I think at this juncture, I'll just finish what I was saying. So it was the opportunity that I took to be able to observe this process, but more importantly, watching my mind and this desire, this instinctual desire for not wanting this to be happening. Of course, we have the inbuilt education and logic in place to know that you're not going to be feeling any pain. You don't immediately trust this until the procedure is underway, but then you rest assured and you are able to relax. And it takes quite, some hours for the procedure to be complete. I hope you can still hear me. Apologies, but Balala's decided to take centre stage. Isn't that right, Balala? And why not? You're helping me, aren't you? Because I'm not able to really jump up so quickly at the moment as normal. Hence, I have the phone just here on the floor in front of me. So I've got some wonderful offerings from some of my regular Pindapata people in the town. Very beautiful, freshly cooked vegetables. Look, in case you worry about my diet, look how healthy. How more healthy can this be? Okra, potatoes, green beans, carrots. Then I know what's in this parcel. There is plain rice, because I prefer this to the milk rice, and some lentils. Now this isn't something I've requested or asked for. They learn, the people are so observant, they see every day you coming, and they, I don't know, they ask around, they all talk, but they seem to learn and know what is good for you and what you'd like. They've realised they don't eat meat, so these special ball things, which are very nice, I like this, are vegetable kind of thing, I wouldn't know what they're called, very nice, and some fruit juice, and this is kola kanda. This is actually what monks brought from the northern India foothills of the Himalayas, rice congee, like a rice soup that, it doesn't come in this bottle, they make it in a big bucket and she's put it in this bottle to bring it to me. But here they then mix into it some the monks would have brought it down, this recipe, when they came to Sri Lanka, in 400 years or so after the Buddha's death, so still before BC, before the time of Christ, so something like before the first century, 0 century, whatever we call that. So a few 400 years after the Buddha, monks from northern India came to Sri Lanka here, bringing this, what is a medicinal drink, something monks can have, they call congee in the Pali, rice soup, to aid convalescence, aid coming together, being strong, being well. But here in Sri Lanka, people drink it every day in the morning, as the monks did then for a breakfast, to get over the fasting from the previous day of not eating since noon. And this has been handed down through the millennia, 2,567 years. A few changes, they add some cola herbs, not as in Coca-Cola nuts, but I think it's some plant, a green plant, which is why it's this green smoothie colour. And it's a smoothie which is very delicious. Well, once you get used to it. I didn't like it at first, I must admit, but now I find it very appetizing first thing in the morning. It is really my first nutriment of the day. After a black coffee on my Pindapat, I'm given this drink, and that keeps me going until I get back to have this more substantial food. So that's kola kanda and its history, and also some fruit juice, fresh fruit juice squeezed here. So I'm eating very healthily, and of course normally there's a lot more from my Pindapat, which then is distributed accordingly by, as you saw, Gamini, who just came to bring this to me. He's now busy, off to ferry his tourists around, because he's a tuk-tuk man, tuk-tuk driver, one of 30 years and immense experience and driving ability. He has also been taking me to the hospital, back and forth to the appointments, so very kindly, without any asking for payment. I do make sure out of your contributions that I've received that we make sure Gamini has a little fund for any necessities of requirements that incidentals that may come across. For instance, fuel, petrol, and oil for vehicles here isn't any cheaper than in any other country. It's the same fuel crisis, I guess, around the world, if there is one. I don't even know if there is. I don't watch the news, but it seems to me throughout my life there's always been a fuel crisis, so I'm sure there's one now. And looking just before the end of the new year at the queues outside of the garages here, I would imagine there's been a price hike because there were huge queues. But tuk-tuks are allowed to go a little bit in front of the queue because they are contributing to the country's wealth by supporting tourists. So they're a very important part of Sri Lankan industry, because I think one of the main Sri Lankan industries is tourism, apart from spice exports, etc. I don't know much about it, but I think tourism is very important, and a big part of tourism here is tuk-tuk drivers like Gamini. So I do make sure that he has this little envelope with sufficient in it for those incidentals, and I keep reinforcing that he must get fuel for these trips he's making with me out of those expenses, and he understands. He always says, no money from you, but I explain to him that it's coming from you, not from me, not even from the Sangha, and I make sure that he gets that fuel. So now he's brought me some nice cold what do we got? Coca-Cola or ginger beer today for later. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sukhi hotu. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you. So we're all together now and sorted out for the day. So I've been able, unplanned, to share the beginning of my day with you, not in the usual chanting format and meditation, but what goes on a little bit afterwards, although with a difference. Don't worry, Balala's not touching my food, it's wrapped up and she's just looking in case there were going to be any questions of hygiene there. But I think she's very clean. She wants a banana, but just because she doesn't really know what it is. So on that note, maybe I'll have a little bit more to say about the recovery process. There was pain, and it gave me the opportunity to review my thoughts on dealing with pain, because for many years I haven't experienced, I'm very grateful and fortunate to say, pain, and many people ask me about pain in terms of sitting in meditation for a long time, this kind of pain. But then of course people also comment and ask questions about real pain, because that's self-inflicted when you're sitting in a position for a long time, unable to move or planning or choosing not to move. That pain is out of choice. But when you're experiencing real bodily pain, then this is something that meditation can help with. But I certainly was given the opportunity to, through experiencing some very real bodily pain after the operation, having no sleeping period and being awake, and as the numbness wears off over a period of 4 hours, it takes some time, the pain gets greater and greater until you cannot bear it anymore, and you scream for some pain. It wasn't quite that dramatic, but you ask for some pain relief and you do get some. But it's still an experience that one can learn a lot from. It is, after all, we fear the end of our lives, not perhaps so much because of the end of our lives. We don't know what will happen, but the leading up period, the pain that might be experienced leading up to the loss of life. So pain is something I've spoken of previously without a most immediate recollection of such experience. Now I have a little bit more of an immediate recollection of such experience. I'm not comparing the pain I experienced to anyone else's, but it certainly was pain. I'm still experiencing some, and now I have some food. I'm able to get on with that and take my medication, which will include some pain relief, because I'm not Superman. If there is a way of aiding discomfort, we should be kind to ourselves. So we don't take intoxicants or distract ourselves. We become aware of the pain, but it's acceptable and it's okay when pain relief in a prescribed and measured way from professionals, from doctors, physicians, is available. We shouldn't deny ourselves that. We can try for a while, but if it gets uncomfortable, it can only be detrimental to the healing process if you're struggling. If you're more relaxed, then I think the healing process has a better chance of going well and smoothly. So on that note, my apologies for this rather unusual talk today, but at least I've had the opportunity to let you know that we're back to normal, probably from tomorrow, in terms of talks anyway. And then my ordinary activities should resume within a few days or so. And hopefully we can continue as we have been so far. Thank you for watching. I hope if there's something useful there, you can use it. I will now enjoy my meal. What's the time? It's a little earlier than normal, but it's okay. It means I get the opportunity to eat slowly and have the various other pills I'm supposed to take. I've no idea what they all are. There's quite a few, some of them to do with the healing. And thank you for watching. Be happy, stay well, and once again, my huge appreciation for all your kind words and comments that I've received. Anumodana, Sukhi Hotu. Now Balala, how do we turn it off? Oh, maybe you could bring it over here?